Welcome back. An opportunity of a lifetime. That is what Honor Flight of Northern New Mexico is giving to World War II, Vietnam, Korean, and Cold War era veterans. That's by giving them a trip to visit their memorials and monuments in Washington, D.C. Well, this year they sent 31 veterans, and they are returning today and helping to give these veterans a warm and deserved welcome. The Honor Flight is now inviting you to join them at the Albuquerque Sunport. Giving us all the details on how you can attend, we are joined this morning by the Ground Operations Manager for Honor Flight of Northern New Mexico, Gray Nishio. Great to have you with us.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's hard to believe that a year has gone by. We're talking about the last Honor Flight. Let's talk about how successful that last one was.
So last year, they're always very successful, and for us, success is the emotional value that our veterans get out of this.
Yeah.
The opportunity to go visit the memorials and monuments dedicated to their service during their era of service.
Yeah.
We always get responses back, usually in the form of donations, thank yous, board members, volunteers. So it has a large community outreach, and we're very grateful for that.
Yeah, and again, I mean, this is just barely the tip of the iceberg of what we could and should be doing for our veterans. But it's a wonderful way that we start the process of just making sure that they're honored and commemorated for all their work and on service.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now, Honor Flight itself, how can locals help and contribute to it?
Multiple ways. The simplest thing is to join us today at the Albuquerque Sunport to welcome home our veterans. It's especially emotional for our Vietnam veterans who didn't get the warmest welcome during their era. But today at 2:30, our aircraft lands at 3 o'clock. We're asking Albuquerque residents to come and join us, spend some time at the Sunport. Other ways to contribute, fundraising is a big component of what we do, but also so is volunteerism, helping us to run our organization. For example, we're looking for volunteers right now on Friday, September 30th, to run our golf tournament to help us again raise more money for 2025's Honor Flight trip.
Yeah. And how long are they in our nation's capital for the event?
3 days, all expense paid trip. It's kind of a whirlwind trip. They leave Friday morning, spend Friday afternoon and evening, all day Thursday traveling through Washington, D.C., and then coming home on Friday. In fact, they've already, I got a text a little while ago that they are on the airplane right now flying back.
There you go. So, and nothing would say a better honor to honor the Honor Flight list as they arrive here at the Sunport, to be able to greet them, and that's open to everybody and anybody, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah. We would want as much community participation as we can get.
Yeah. So right now, when we're talking about the golf tournament and just other ways for everybody to get involved that you just mentioned with volunteers, monetary wise, what kind of resources do you have available to contribute?
Well, right now, when it comes to raising money, these trips are in excess of $100,000 at this point. Wow. Unfortunately, inflation and the cost of being able to take care of our veterans, the trips have become considerably more expensive. Wow. So for us, fundraising is a never-ending endeavor. And the board is an all-volunteer board. None of us are paid positions. And so in addition to our full-time work and support with other organizations that we work with, we dedicate an enormous amount of time to raise that money. The golf tournament is going to be one such environment where we're going to spend all day raising money, and we'll raise a fair amount of money to help our organization, but it's never enough.
Yeah.
And our backlog of Vietnam veterans are over 100 Vietnam veterans now.
Unbelievable. So, and for the number of passengers or families at a time, it's about 30 plus, 31?
Yes.
Roughly.
This year it's 31 veterans. We have to have support staff to go along with them, and because of some of the age and fragility of our veterans, we have to have medical staff and personnel there as well.
Yeah. For showing their qualifications to be part of the Honor Flight, what do they need?
A DD-214 in the service of era. Now, between right now all the way back, we're taking all veterans from the first Gulf War on backwards, which would be the Cold War era. And all they need is a DD-214 and an application, which they can find on our website.
Oh, incredible. Incredible work that's being done by this wonderful organization. How many years strong has it been going now?
Since 2013. We are now 11 years.
Oh.
Our hub here in New Mexico, Honor Flight itself, has been around almost 20 years.
All right. Gray, once more, website where we can find more information.
honorflightofnorthernnm.org.
All right.
honorflightnorthernnm.org. Yes.
There you go. Gray Nishio, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for what you're doing for veterans.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Now, for a full recap of the entire interview, we will have it later on this morning. That's going to be at alwaysonkrqe.com.